Lighter and really cool. You can usually see her on the sidelines of the Denver Broncos home games, but by day, she's a software engineer on the guidance, navigation, and control team for Orion. That's NASA's next manned spacecraft to take humans past the space station. Now, Broncos cheerleader Morgan here to tell us all about it. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Does it surprise people when you tell them, when you say, oh, I dance, but then I'm also involved in all kinds of science things? And you told me that you've been a science nerd your whole life.
Yeah, I've been a science nerd my whole life, and it does surprise people to find out that I'm both, but it also gets them excited when they realize they can talk to me about their nerdy interests as well. So it's pretty fun.
Well, I think you're a wonderful inspiration, especially to young girls in going into science, studying science. How do you expand on that? How do you help encourage, especially young girls?
It's really just showing them by example, I think. You know, if I can be a role model and get one girl to realize science is cool and raise her hand in science class or answer a question in math that she thought was too hard, that's something that's an accomplishment for me. So just kind of showing them that you can be both. You can be a cheerleader and a nerd.
Tell me more about specifically what you do by day, your day job when you're not working for the Broncos.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm on the guidance, navigation, and control team, and essentially what that is autopilot for spacecraft. So we make sure that the spacecraft always knows where it is, where it's going, and how it's going to get there. So I write the software for that, test the software, and make sure it's going to work when we actually put it in space.
Fantastic. How long have you been there, and do you have further goals in that field? Are you planning to stay there?
Yeah, I've been with Lockheed for 2 years, and so far I'm loving every aspect of my job, so I don't have any plans to change. And if I did, it would always probably still be in the aerospace field.
Is it hard to balance your job with the Broncos and that job?
You know, it is. It's a hard time commitment to balance, but I've always been really busy, so it's kind of natural for me. They do complement each other. One thing that's really important for a woman in an engineering field is to have confidence, and I think that the Broncos Cheerleaders has really helped me to have that, yeah.
Well, great to see you, and thanks for being a great inspiration to young women everywhere. Nice to have you here. Guys?
All right, thank you very much. Very inspirational. Thank you, Morgan, for coming in and sharing that story. Well, you know what? You can meet me, Natalie, and Chris Tomer tomorrow at the Dream.